Professor Reichman, Deputy Prime Minister Moshe Ya'alon, Mr. Shabtai Shavit, Professor Alex Mintz, Ambassador Ronald Lauder, Ambassador James Cunningham, dear participants. We're opening this evening the 10th annual conference of ICT, what we refer to as the World Summit on Counter-Terrorism. This year, we have more than 100 panelists which are taking an active role in our activity. We have registered 1,300 participants in the 4-day session of this international conference. Professor Mintz was saying that we are surprising every year with the greater success of the conference. So the question is, what is the secret of ICT? How can we surprise every year and have a better conference every year? First and foremost, the reason is that we do not have just a conference here. This is a meeting place. This is a meeting place of a network of experts in counterterrorism and homeland security which are coming from all over the world. Many of them are coming on an annual basis just in order to meet their friends, just in order to share their views, their new experiences, their challenges and dilemmas, and learn more about the subject matter that they have responsibility to thwart. So this is one reason why, or one part of the secret that we have about the success of the conferences of ICT. The other reason is the subject matter. We bear in mind all the time, and when I say we, I refer to each and every participant in the conference. We bear in mind that this is not just a theoretical ivory tower academic discussion, what we conduct here. We actually feel the burden on our shoulder, understanding that what we do here is trying to find better policies, better practices to deal with the atrocities like the 9/11 atrocity. And this is the reason why we conduct this conference in the week, the symbolic week of this horrific atrocity. But to be frank with you, there is a lot of, I would say, personal interests of many of the experts here in dealing with counterterrorism and homeland security. Terrorism is a fascinating subject matter. It's a multidisciplinary phenomenon. Every academic discipline has relevancy to terrorism, and this is why the academic world can and should be relevant and can and should contribute to the practical counterterrorism activity. But terrorism is also a dynamic phenomenon. Terrorism evolves all the time, changes all the time. What we know today about terrorism is not necessarily true for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have new challenges to deal with. And when we talk about these new challenges, I would like to emphasize that this year, in particular, in my view, pose a combination of unprecedented challenges to Israel and to the whole world in reference to counterterrorism. First and foremost, we see the effort, the Iranian effort, to gain nuclear military capability, and it's a matter of time when this will be achieved by the Iranians. This year, we see that United States made a decision to step out from Iraq, probably a wise decision, but there is a big question: what will be the outcome of this decision? Will Iraq be stabilized, or Iraq will be a hotbed from which the whole region will suffer the ramifications of the instability in this specific country? In this year, we also saw another trend which worries us, and I refer to the radicalization processes in Turkey and the romance of what seems to be like a romance between Turkish leaders and the axis of evil, the axis of Iran, Syria, Hezbollah, and Hamas. And on top of all of that, we saw something that might lead to a positive trend, but right now, as counterterrorism experts, we look in a very worried eyes on the Israeli-Palestinian renewal peace process, or the direct talks between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Well, we do know that if the terrorists, if Hamas, would believe that this is going to lead to something, no doubt that they would use every means that they have in their arsenal in order to conduct terrorist activity. For this specific conference, we have conducted a survey. The survey was given to these 100 participants, panelists in the conference, coming from more than 20 countries altogether. Some of them are experts, academic experts, some of them coming from the private sector, governmental institutions, and police and intelligence agencies. Tomorrow I will present the findings of this specific survey, but as a teaser, let me share with you some of the findings that, in my view, just emphasize and illustrate those negative and dangerous trends that we are all facing. 54% of the people that we have asked in the survey believes that within 10 years, a terrorist organization will obtain nuclear weapon. 66% believes that a large scale of non-conventional CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear terrorist attack will occur in the next 5 years. 52% of the experts estimate that the current international counterterrorism effort in preventing those attacks are not effective. So you can see and you can learn from that that we are probably going to have very busy 4 days of discussion starting tomorrow, talking about those subject matters in the plenary session, and then we are going to conduct 20 simultaneous workshops in the IDC campus talking about those challenges and threats that we are all facing. I would like to wish each and every one of us interesting, fruitful, and productive discussions. I have to say that it has to be fruitful discussions because we cannot afford not to have this fruitful discussion for the sake of the whole world, for the sake of the civilized world, and the sake of us and our families and our kids. Thank you for coming, and enjoy the conference.